The Extraordinary Voyage of William Adams. From English Navigator to the Shogun's Advisor.
At the end of the 16th century, the Portuguese and the Spanish were the only European countries to venture into Asian waters. At war with Spain's Catholic king, the Protestant Dutch sent fleets to break this monopoly. One of these fleets set out from Rotterdam. Its secret mission was to sail through the Strait of Magellan, plunder Spanish ships and bases in South America, and exchange the loot for Asian products before returning home via the Cape of Good Hope. This voyage would change the destiny of an English navigator who took part in it. His name was William Adams. Adams had learnt the art of navigation at Limehouse near London. He had been captain of a supply ship in the Queen's fleet when the Spanish Armada attacked England, and had worked for 10 years for the Barbary Company, a privateer trading with Morocco, before serving as a pilot in the Dutch fleet. The fleet's voyage was an unmitigated disaster, marked by sickness, hunger, storms, attacks by indigenous groups, and by the Portuguese and Spanish. In this unforgiving environment, the sailors lost their lives, one by one. After 2 years of misery, Adams reached Japan aboard the Liefde, the last ship remaining. At the time, Japan was in the final stage of a long period of civil war, known as the Sengoku, or Warring States period. The country was in turmoil as a new and final war loomed. The Jesuits preaching in Japan wanted Adams to be executed as a pirate, yet he was summoned to Osaka Castle by Tokugawa Ieyasu, a powerful warlord who would eventually become shogun, or military leader of all Japan. Ieyasu showed a keen interest in European affairs and learning. Far from executing him as a pirate, he treated Adams well. Up to that time, of all the European countries, only the Iberians had traded with Japan. Ieyasu wanted to stimulate the domestic economy by inviting the Dutch and the English to send ships to Japan. Adams served as a mediator, facilitating the establishment of trading posts in Hirado by both the Dutch and the English. With the help of the Liefde's crew, he also constructed 2 Western-style ships for Ieyasu. In recognition of his services, Adams was granted the status of Hatamoto, a direct retainer of the shogun. As part of his diplomatic strategy, Ieyasu had a strong desire to enhance trade with Spain. The Spanish envoys pressed Ieyasu to expel the Dutch from Japan in return for trade, but Ieyasu remained neutral. However, when the Spanish ambassador attempted to survey Edo Bay, Adams warned Ieyasu that this was a preparation for an invasion of Japan in collaboration with the Japanese Christians. Ieyasu, already suspicious of Christian missionary work in Japan, soon issued an edict banning Christianity. After Ieyasu's death in 1616, his son Hidetada distanced himself from Ieyasu's advisors and pursued his own foreign policy. Adams lost all his former influence. He was not even allowed an audience with Hidetada. Adams continued to serve the English and Dutch, but died in 1620, just 4 years after Ieyasu's death. We have many sources on Adams. For example, several letters and journals written by Adams himself have survived. The voyage of the Liefde, the Dutch ship that brought Adams to Japan, is well documented. The journals and letters of the Dutch and English trading posts at Hirado also contain a wealth of information about Adams' activities. These sources, combined with a few surviving Japanese, Portuguese, and Spanish sources, allow us to get a clear picture of Adams' life and exploits. They also shed light on Japan's foreign relations and interactions with European nations. Studying Adams' checkered life not only gives us a remarkable story full of adventure, but also a deeper understanding of the processes of globalization and cultural exchange. Frederick Kreins, a professor of Japanese history at the International Research Center for Japanese Studies, reveals the authentic story of Adams' extraordinary journey in his book, In the Service of the Shogun: The Real Story of William Adams.